Lesson 3.4, we're going to find and compare slopes of lines. Just recall that the slope of a line is the rise over run. It's that change in y over the change in x. Or, as our formula states, between two coordinates, it is the y2 minus the y1 over the x2 minus the x1. So it is a ratio of vertical change, that up and down change, over horizontal change. Okay? Negative slope looks like it's coming downhill, falls from left to right. Positive slope looks like it's going uphill from left to right. Zero slope, think of the z and zero horizontal as a horizontal line. And an undefined slope would be a vertical line. So that should all be reviewed from your algebra. The reason that we study it is called coordinate geometry. Okay, in example 1, we're going to find the slopes of lines in the coordinate plane. Find the slope of line A and line D. Line A, highlight in purple, right there. And we have 2 points, 6, 4. So the symbol for line slope is M. And I'm just going to put a little subscript A. And if I say x1, y1, x2, y2 for those two coordinates, it would be y2 minus y1, 2 minus 4, over 8 minus 6. Okay, and if I want to find the slope of line D, let's change it to orange. D is this one. Oops. And the two coordinates are 6, 4 again. And I'll call this x2, y2 down here, 6, 0. So y2 is 0 minus y1 over x2, 6 minus x1. If I didn't know that vertical lines had no slope, I just fill in the coordinates, and I'm dividing by 0, and that's undefined. So, complete the guided practice, pause the video, and find the slopes of the other two lines, and then press play and watch the answers transpire. You do not have to have the exact x1, y1, and x2, y2 that I use, as long as you subtract in the same order, both the y's and the x's, your answers will end up being the same. Hopefully you got those answers. When two lines intersect, the steeper line has a slope with a greater absolute value, so that's kind of important. The steeper line has a slope with a greater absolute value. We can compare slopes to tell whether two lines are parallel or perpendicular. Parallel lines have the same slope, never intersect. And perpendicular lines, we have this relationship that When I multiply their two slopes together, it equals -1. I also like to say that a perpendicular slope is the negative or the opposite reciprocal. For instance, if m1 equals 2, then a perpendicular slope would be -1/2. Okay, so we're going to identify parallel lines, find the slope of each line and which lines are parallel. So I'm going to find the slope of K1, K2, and K3. Make sure when you subtract a negative that you put the symbols there. K2 we have 5 minus 1, 4 minus 3. Okay, so K1 is parallel symbol to K2. Okay, so you go ahead and do the guided practice. You need to find the slope of line M and the slope of line T, and then determine if they are parallel. So pause the video and then watch the answer transpire when you're done. Okay, I found that both the slopes are -2/5, which tells me that the lines are parallel. We're going to draw a perpendicular line, so there is a step-by-step process here to help you out. First thing is that we have line H passes through 3, 0. And 7, 6. 4, 5, 6, 7, 6. So here's our line H. Okay, graph the line perpendicular to H that it passes through 0.25. 2, 5. Okay? So the first thing I need to do is find the slope of the point of line H. So 6 minus 0 over 7 minus 3 is 6/4. And we always use the most reduced form, 3/2. Okay, so find the slope m subscript 2 of a line perpendicular to H. Okay, well, if we recall, first off, 3/2 times m2 must equal -1, or perpendicular slope is the opposite sign and flip it. So there would be my perpendicular slope. You can do either one. Use the rise and run to graph the line. So I'm going to graph this in red. From the point that I have to go through, it needs to be -2/3. So I'm going to come down 2 and run 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, up to 1, 2, 3. So there would be the line going through my blue point that would be perpendicular. Okay, that is the end of day 1.